the important thing in regard to my mother being a fashion designer is where other parents would discourage the silly ambition of their male child to be anything but a doctor or a dentist. My mother loved the idea of being an artist, particularly since she was a fashion designer. Cartoonists had a lot of status in those years when she was young, and she still remembered that status. They were on a much higher level than they were when I was a kid. And while my father took none of this very seriously and understood none of it, my mother was all for it. I mean, if she was against me being a cartoonist, believe me, I wouldn't be one. She encouraged it. And it became clear later on that I was going to be the success that she wasn't, that she was banking on me vesting all of her thwarted ambitions in her son. And someday I would get to be famous and I would buy her a mink coat. She often talked about the mink coat I would buy her. And I was determined to get famous and buy her a mink coat. I was going to do that for my long-suffering mother, who had worked so hard and was and gotten only so far, and I was going to take her the rest of the way. And she talked about Morse Hart, the playwright, and how he bought his mother a mink coat, so I was going to buy my mother a mink coat. And I was going to be the cartoon equivalent of Morse Hart.
Did you buy that mink coat?
I offered to buy my mother a mink coat. And when I told her I was going to get her one, she just got very embarrassed and said no. She didn't want one. It was just an idea. She was very touched. But I told her I wanted to take her downtown to try on mink coats, and she just wouldn't have any of it. It kind of mortified her. She didn't really want the mink coat, but she loved the offer.